From this one moment, you're all connected. And
oh my god, I can't breathe. Whoa, okay. What a weird day. I'm having the weirdest fucking day. I am just having the weirdest, just strangest, most uncomfortable day I could possibly fathom, and things are just pulling me in all directions inside my head, and I feel broken up and really kind of really agitated and angry and worried. I feel like it shouldn't be this way. This weekend we went to Walnut Creek. We went to the Northeast Bay, and we went to shoot a film with the film group. And we get together and a bunch of directors and actors, and I had 5 actors and a writer, and we went off. We were filming, and I thought, I wanted to just do something cohesive and funny and dark and hysterical, and I wanted too much. I wanted it to be all these things, and it turns out that I ended up trying to figure out what, going with one circumstance and trying to figure out if it would be better than this circumstance, and trying to wrap up this scenario and start this scenario and see if it would lead here. And I just wanted this cohesive, funny piece that was a little bit dark and a little bit, but very strange. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't figure out what to embellish, what to leave alone, what to stop, what to forget about, what to emphasize. I just really felt like I was at a loss. I feel inevitably like I filmed a bunch of shit, and I just feel like I have 2 tapes of bullshit. I have almost an hour of one tape that's bullshit, and almost an hour of another tape that's bullshit. I think that we can make it work with the pig blood. Wear the pig mask, put the blood down the pig mask, and let it run in a Ziploc bag, and let it run down the chest, and we'll do something interesting there. I know you can make it work. It's the way you've been feeling within these last 48 hours that has a lot to do with also the feelings about just about everything, including the film. And to put the icing on the cake, when at the end of the day, you're outside and you notice that there was a speck of dust on the lens, and you try to get the speck of dust off the lens, and I can't remember if you had cleaned it earlier and you noticed it earlier, but I think you were outside when you noticed it. And that speck of dust was not going anywhere because it's on the inside of the lens. So then a nice gentleman who I met at the film, at our MMTV outing, Movie Making Bay Area, at our Movie Making Bay Area function, he said, you have to get a little screwdriver, like the smallest screwdriver on the face of the earth, and you take off the lens, and you take out the dust, and you have to be very careful, because if the glass falls out, you're not going to know, it's not going to know where, it's not going to be, might not be obvious where it goes, and then you're going to be fucked. And I'm like, wow, what are the chances I will end up taking apart my 20 times Canon zoom lens and fucking the whole thing up? I don't know. I don't really want to find out. Kind of agitated about the whole thing. I don't know how dust. Anyway, it's definitely on the interior, on the other side of the lens. So then I thought, I just filmed a whole goddamn piece with this fucking speck of dust there, and it was obvious when I was at one point it was obvious because I was trying to focus, and I was pulling, and I was getting this ring, this smaller unfocused circle ring, and I was getting this larger blurry ring, and it was just so annoying. And then on Sunday we went down to meet Dad and Gilroy, and I was all in a bad mood about the film, what we had filmed, and I thought, oh god, I've got a bunch of shit. The actors, it was like the actors were drugged on 2 Quaaludes and a fifth of vodka and Valium. Everyone was just like, oh, I'm tired, it's Sunday, and it was just so dismal. Ugh. And I was trying to get everyone. I was definitely feeding into that energy. I was absorbing some of that energy, because I was starting to feel like, oh, okay, it's nap time. And I was trying, and I did my best to keep going, and I was on my feet for the most part, and we were going, and there wasn't much downtime per se, but it just had this lackadaisical sense of inertia and so I wasn't feeling good about it yesterday, the whole film, and the just feeling like I had shit, like I have absolutely nothing. I want to make something out of it, and I want to be happy, and I want to make it right. And I was thinking maybe on days like today, you should just accept that you're not feeling right, and if you go forward and just do your best and get work done, at least you'll have that opportunity to feel differently about your circumstances at a later point in time, which I'm hoping. Because Jocelyn and I were fighting yesterday, and I realized that there's a lot to do with the Dex and the Wellbutrin and my mood that is frightening to me. I don't know. I don't know to what state of denial I've got myself in, or what. I just feel like yesterday I know what I took, and I felt depressed. I felt all this. I just felt this kind of clammy aggravation, agitation throughout my body, and I was tired, and we went to see the Adjustment Bureau. I didn't fall asleep in the movie. I watched the whole movie. The Adjustment Bureau was pretty good. It was all right. But I felt bad. My dad came up to meet us in Gilroy, and I just felt like I wasn't all there. And then yesterday was, that was yesterday. And then today is just the same thing, this agitated, grueling sense of fatigue. And I want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to believe I can be happy. I want to work at happiness. I think you do try, for the most part. I just think that often it's easy to get carried away, and you have to watch out. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. It's amazing how you can go from really having this powerful belief in right and well-being and the right doing, and go from there to shame and guilt and throwing all that away in just a moment's time. It feels like there's always going to be this shit that comes in, and I'm going to have to balance it somehow. There's always going to be these moments of internal chaos that I'm going to have to push my way through. And I'm not sure that I know it doesn't have to be that way. I just feel like oftentimes there's more of a struggle than there should be.